want to know how the New Zealand dollar is going to affect your property purchase? Carry on watching. Hi, I'm Maran Zarin from Premium Real Estate, and with me today is Glenn Stanley from Supercity Mortgages. Hi Glenn.
Hi Maran, how are you?
I'm terrific. How about yourself?
Just dandy, thank you.
You're looking dandy as well.
Thank you. Well, I tried to stand you up.
Oh, is that right?
You set the bar pretty high.
Have an effect on people. Okay, so Glenn, what's happening with the New Zealand dollar at the moment?
Yeah, free fall is one word for it, Maran. The Reserve Bank has had the official cash rate, the OCR, on hold now for a long time. Record lows. And we've kind of been waiting for the cash rate to start its gradual rise. Adrian Orr, the Reserve Bank governor, came out last week and turned around and said, we're keeping it on hold, but we might cut it. And that sent the dollar into a frenzy. It's on the back of really subdued confidence in business, obviously getting to grips with this new government. The dollar has just plunged, and I mean, for those of us going on holiday in a couple of weeks' time, it's really giving us a bit of a hard time.
Also for people buying books online or clothes online?
Absolutely. And again, on the back of a new import tax that's been imposed, it's just meaning that anything that we're looking to buy offshore is going to cost us more.
And as far as people taking out a mortgage or refinancing, what does that mean for them?
Well, it's all good. The cash rate dropping has already caused one of New Zealand's largest banks to reduce its 4-year interest rate. That's basically them saying, we don't see interest rates going up anytime soon. In fact, they're probably going to come down. Generally speaking, the official cash rate governs the floating and short-term fixed interest rates, not those long-term rates. But when we're talking about a long-term forecast, as Adrian Orr was talking about, it's really given us pause for thought. We think that the short-term fixed and floating interest rates won't be going up and may possibly be coming down. Of course, the biggest question that I get asked is, how much can I borrow? And of course, the simple answer to that is, well, if interest rates drop, you can borrow more.
Okay.
So I think what we're going to find over the next kind of 12, 18 months is people who had, been told by their bank, you can borrow 500,000, may be able to borrow 550, 560, and that's probably going to hopefully give certainly Auckland property market the boost it needs to get back on track.
And confidence will come back to the market.
We hope. Well, that's the idea. That's the idea behind this. We'll see. I mean, Auckland is a bit weird right now. We're seeing little pockets of bubbles, and we're seeing little pockets of slip holes, sinkholes, where prices are stagnant or even starting to subdue. That being said, outside of Auckland, the provinces up in Whangarei, down in Hastings and Hamilton, we're seeing some real buoyant markets, property sales taking place, average days to sell well down on the year before. It's a bit of a crazy market. There has been a lot more focus lately on first home buyers, and banks being much more accommodating for those low deposit borrowers. The Reserve Bank's grip on the banks has loosened somewhat, meaning that they are now allowed to lend up to 15% of their total mortgage book to sub 20% deposit borrowers. And we're starting to see that trickle through. Of course, income plays a large part in that, and again, when we're assessing mortgages at what we call a test rate of, say, 7.8%, can you afford this loan at 7.8%? Yes, no. A reduction in the interest rates, and hopefully a reduction in that test rate, will mean that people are a bit more equipped to strike while the iron's hot.
And obviously KiwiSaver that people have been putting their money into is now ripe.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people are starting to use that now.
Absolutely. I've seen a big spike in people applying for and even qualifying for what they call a second chance withdrawal. Those who have owned property in the past but sold out when the GFC struck, or lost everything through divorce or whatever. They've been contributing to their KiwiSaver for 4 or 5 years. They're writing to KiwiSaver and being told, yeah, okay, we know that you've owned a property before, but you can now use that money. It's almost impossible to save a 20% deposit, particularly here in Auckland. But using that KiwiSaver, let's say you've got $30, $40, $50,000 in that, that's a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, I've certainly got kids who are at that age now where KiwiSaver is starting to come into play.
Yeah, it starts to make sense.
Yeah, and the bank of mum and dad.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, bank of mum and dad. Where would we be without the bank of mum and dad?
So if there's one nugget of advice that you could give first-time buyer now, what would it be?
Do your homework, or let someone like myself do it for you. We can send the same application, the same information, the same data, income, deposit to 3 different banks and get 3 different answers. All too often I think kids these days are of the opinion that the bank that they've been with since they were 3 or 4, that their mum and dad opened an account with back when they were knee-high to the grasshopper, is the right bank or has the right answers. But all too often they're going to that bank and their bank is saying, no, sorry, we can't help you.
Right.
They're walking away disheartened, deciding instead to go out and blow their hard-earned savings on a souped-up Japanese import, rather than going to the bank next door or the one next to that and getting a completely different answer.
Okay, so do your homework.
Please, absolutely.
Well, thanks. Having some time to sit down with you and discuss these things, because a lot of people don't get the opportunity to speak to you, but they could do.
Absolutely.
They can contact you quite easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can text me, you can email me. My contact details will be attached to this presentation. You can call me 021 787 759 anytime.
Okay.
And I'll, happy to help.
Okay. And if you want a really good cup of coffee, come to the Leaf and Loaf in Takapuna, where you'll get coffee, a small piece of chocolate to go with it. Brilliant. Thanks, Glenn.
Welcome. Thank you, man.